Hello, how are you? Welcome. I'm Julie Samaco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. I'm in the middle of finishing up this wreath right here. So we just did this wreath in our Wreath Making of the Month Club group. I taught them how to design it. Oh, that's close. But I'm getting ready to apply the collar. And I thought I'd come on here and just do, while I'm working, while I'm finishing it up and working, I thought I would come on live and say hello because it's been a while since I've been live here. These are just the leftover hydrangea leaves off of our hydrangea that we added, and all I'm doing is adding a steel pick on the end of a bazillion leaves so that we can add the collar to the back. So how's everybody doing on this? What day is it? Tuesday, this beautiful Tuesday. Here we are located in South Carolina. I've got my workshop here in our 2-car garage, and we make wreaths and faux floral arrangements. Hopefully the camera's not shaking too bad every time I use. You see what I'm doing? I'm just putting a steel pick on the end of all of my hydrangea leaves. Just like that, so that we can add them to the wreath. Yep, it's not springtime here. It's still kind of cold, but not too bad. South Carolina doesn't really get cold. Well, it's good to see you too. It's good to see you too. So anyway, we just made our silk flower wreath. I showed them our compact recipe style on a grapevine. You can do compact recipes on evergreen, foam. I've done them on foam before. And today we did a grapevine wreath. Who's made grapevine wreaths here? Hello, welcome. It's hard to say everybody's handle, like I can't call you out by name. So raise your hand if you have made a grapevine wreath. Almost, we got almost 2 more maybe. I always keep my silk flower leaves. I never throw them away. You can always use them for texture, filler, cleaning up the back of the wreath, you name it, you can do it with your silk flower leaves. Okay, so let me see if I can turn it this way. Just like that. All right, and here I put one up here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip this in my glue. My glue is over here. I use hot glue, melted in a pan right here. It's the consistency of honey. Okay, and that's what I use to attach it to the wreath. I glue it to the wreath. All right, so you're just attaching this, creating this collar on the side. I'm just gonna go around. My goal is not to have the steel pick show, so you gotta be careful when you're inserting. So what this will do is just give a little finish touch to the wreath. I've already used the hydrangeas in the wreath, so now we're just using up the leaves that go with it. But when you look to the side, I was gonna show you the difference. When you look right here, see how it's finishing up this side right there? It's just making a really pretty, oh, you can't see. See how it's just making that finished edge right there? Called collaring. Hi, Kathy. First time watching live. Oh, welcome. I think this is only like my 3rd live I've done on the IG. Do y'all ever watch Facebook? Or are you only IG fans? It is a happy wreath. To me, it's very cheerful. It's just a big pick-me-up, isn't it, from the winter woes? Even if it's not springtime in your area, just having the florals, even if they're faux, the faux florals are just refreshing. Just a little pick-me-up, make you cheerful kind of. I'm not going to pay attention to the glue strings. I keep telling myself, don't pay attention to the glue strings. You can always get those later. If you're not following me, we do all things wreath making and silk flower designing or faux flower arrangements here on our channel, and I teach you how to make and sell them. So give us a follow if you're interested in more wreath making tips. All right, so I've gotten half of that done, so let me switch over to the other side and try not to wrap myself up in all the glue strings. This leaf is, you need to tame yourself, buddy. Let's see, where did I leave off? Actually, let's just take it off. Let's redo that one. It's a little out of sync. Just cleaning up the back. Do you put a wreath on your door all year round? Or are you only a holiday wreath person? So we just finished making this in our Wreath Making of the Month Club group, and I'm usually in here finishing up the back side of it, listening to my favorite podcast or a book on audio. And so today I thought, you haven't gone live on Instagram in a while. Why don't we turn that on? Just show everybody what you're doing. I like them all year round too. The reason I have to always have a wreath on my door. Although now as a wreath seller, I'm using my front door to actually take pictures of my wreaths. And sometimes it's a pain in the butt to have to take them off. So lately I've just been leaving them off. Let's get this one out of the way. See if I can get that one a little bit better. Yep. So if you're just joining, we're just coloring the back of the wreath, and then I'll go through and cover up some of the mechanics. Make this a really pretty wreath, and then we'll list it in our Etsy shop. One more right there. There's our hanger. So let's not cover that up too much. So our Wreath Making of the Month Club group, we're going to be opening up the door next month to new members, but we teach anywhere from 6 to 8 tutorials. And this weekend, or this week, Thursday, we're actually having an Etsy expert. I've invited an Etsy expert to come into the group and just talk about all things Etsy, to give them some tips. Because a lot of our makers in our group like to sell their designs. Do you see how, does it look better, you guys? See how it's finished? Just a little bit better on the back. And then when you look at it on the front, let's see if I can get that one in there. There. All right, I have to go through and get rid of all the glue strings in just a minute. And then if you hang it up here against the door, it's going to bring those leaves a little bit more forward, and it will also finish up the side. So when you're looking at the side, it's a little bit better. Now on the back side, we're using, let's see, what did these come off of? It may have come off the Gerbers, but they're a little bit larger. Silk flower, and silk flower leaf, right? These are all artificial. I only do faux. So faux means not real. So you can use, sometimes they're plastic, sometimes they're, synthetic or whatever. They're not really made out of silk anymore. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, now this is how much glue I wrapped around myself just now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the back of these. So I'm going to use my, it's a rubber, it's just rubber, so the glue will dry and it rolls off. But I'm dipping it into that glue pot, just like I said. Let me turn it over this way. There it is. Okay. We're just going to add glue here. I can't see your comments. Where is everybody from? Tell me where you're from. Let's not put it on plastic. Right? So now I'm doing this other leaf right here, putting glue. You want this to sit up just a little bit so it's not so hot. I'll do one more. Just lay that down there. Okay, the trick here is make sure that you don't have any glue strings attached, because then they will pull. All right, so now that we've got all of these glued on the back, I'm going to now use it to put on the back of my wreath, just like this. So wherever there is mechanics showing, so the mechanics are anything that you use to put your wreath together. So this would be wire, the steel picks, anything like that. You're going to take the leaf and you're just going to cover that up. There's one there. Let's get another one over here. So I may have to come back in with some smaller leaves on this side, and I'm also looking now for glue strings, anything that's going to stick out and scratch the door. We're going to take that off. All right, we're over here on this side. Let's cover that. And then over here. I think I need more glue on this one. I waited too long. Just roll it like that to get those glue strings detached. And then we're gonna add it right here. So I need a couple more, and then I can do that with some of the leftover leaves that I still have. And I'll finish that up. Got 2 pieces right there. But isn't that pretty? Turned out really fun. You can see the collar effect right there that we just added. It's got a lot of texture. Do you see all the texture inside of it? With the berries, the rosemary. We've got Queen Anne's in here. We've got hydrangeas and Gerbers, ranunculus. What are those? Cornflowers. Is that a peony? It might be a garden rose. I think that's a garden rose. Yeah, full. You guys, thanks for joining me. Just coming in here and talking with you guys while I work for a little bit. Finishing up the night. It's almost 9:30 here. But I hope you got a tip for making your wreaths on how to finish up the back of them. How can you see from the beginning? Kathy, this is a tutorial that we put in our Wreath Making of the Month Club group. I just designed this live. So if you're interested in learning more about our Wreath of the Month Club group, go to learntowreath.com, and join our waiting list. You can learn more about it there, and you can also join our waiting list and be the first notified when we open the doors next month to new members. But it's a monthly subscription, and you get a new tutorial, 2 new tutorials, one every week with various styles. And we're getting ready to redesign the portal to make it a lot more educational, making sure you understand the mechanics, not just watch me make, but how and why we do what we do. Why we put flowers and why texture is important, the principles and elements of wreath making. Yeah, check it out, Kathy. All right, you guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Thanks for joining me live. And again, if you're just randomly following me, it popped up and you're interested in all things faux florals, make sure to give me a follow. And let me know, DM me if there's anything you're interested in wanting to see, and I'll see if I can make it happen for you. Okay? Bye, guys.